What happens when you take the mystery out of the studio and invite the internet in? For DDG, it meant throwing out the traditional playbook and building an album live, in real time, with the fans watching every move. Blame the Chat isn't just the name of the project, it's the ethos. Born from a 7-day Twitch marathon dubbed the Hit-a-thon, this album reimagines the artist-fan relationship, giving the audience real power in shaping the music, from beat selection to feature requests. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? It's your big homie Lighthouse, and you're now tuned into Everything for Everybody. And today we're going to be discussing Blame the Chat by DDG. The Michigan-born rapper, often dismissed as a YouTuber turned rapper, is out to prove he's more than internet hype. The music industry is too mysterious, DDG told TMZ. His fix? Full transparency, and in the process, he might have stumbled into something bigger, a new model for how music is created. This kind of process comes with its own chaos. Live streaming the creative process means everyone sees the hits and the misses. Fans got attached to unreleased joints like No Hook with Lakia and Outlaw featuring Shabuzi, only to be disappointed when these didn't make the final cut. That said, squeezing a crowdsourced album into 15 tracks was always going to mean sacrifices. Still, Blame the Chat holds together better than it has the right to. It swings from playful TikTok-ready cuts like Pink Dreads to glossy collaborations with heavyweights like Wiz Khalifa on Lemonade, Dolla on Speed, and The Baby on Motion. Queen Naija and Shinsia slide in with smooth textures on More Than a Night, while Bia comes through and floats on the joint Fine Shit. I love that joint. She's such a dope rapper. The surprise here isn't that DDG pulled this off, it's how it works. The beats slap, the features hit, and DDG carries enough charisma to glue it all together. If you're into the sound of now, youthful, vibey, emotionally candid rap with R&B and trap polish, this album might just be for you. Now look, I wasn't even checking for this album until I caught a Breakfast Club clip where Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy was like clowning and saying that they didn't even hear the album before they interviewed him. I thought that was disrespectful, quite frankly, but curiosity led me to give it a spin, and truth be told, I fucks with it. The beat selection's clean, the vibe's consistent, and DDG holds his own. I didn't even realize he rapped like that. And let's clear one thing though. DDG may call this a first ever experience where he's gone in and live streamed an album, but sometimes it ain't about who did it first, it's about who made it stick for a new generation. We have to always do our homework and see who laid the groundwork first, you know, but I think the young generation might have a disconnect sometimes with what's happened in the past because they just are in their own world. I mean, some do. I'm not going to generally say all the youth don't, you know, check back and know their knowledge and stuff and know the history of music or hip hop or whatever. But, you know, I think this is just like a situation where, you know, for his generation, no one has done it, you know, even though someone else have done it. I mean, people have been live streaming the process for years, you know, even outside of Static Selective, but in this hip hop space, you know, I'm sure Static is like, nah, hold on, son. We was doing this already, you know? And it reminds me of a time when I was younger. I had found this Roy Ayers sample, one that was, I think it's We Live in Brooklyn, and I was sampling it, and I was like, oh, no one ever touched this before, you know, but it was because I hadn't heard anyone in my group do it, and we weren't familiar with people who already sampled that song, you know? So I thought I was onto something, and I was onto something amongst my peer group and the guys that I was making music with, but, you know, I think Black Star had sampled it, and it's been sampled many times before, you know? So it was my ignorance and my not knowing what was already out there that made me assume that I was the first to touch this beat, like I just discovered it and shit, you know what I mean? This song been out before I was even born type shit, you know what I mean? So sort of similar, but you know, you just gotta do your homework, guys. Before you say certain things, make sure you know who you're referencing, or like, you know, try to like kind of get the history behind just saying blanket statements like, oh, I'm the first to ever do it, because you know, wasn't the first, you know what I mean? And people feel a way about that. But anyway, Blame the Chat isn't perfect, but it's bold, fresh, and shows DDG's more than just a content creator chasing clout. He's actually creating something. Whether it reshapes the industry long-term remains to be seen, but at the very least, it's made people pay attention, myself included, you know? So I definitely would suggest you guys take a listen to it. It's fun, it's cool, it's youthful, you know, and he's saying some shit, he's snapping, he makes good songs, you know? I wasn't mad at it when listening to it. So that's my time, y'all. DDG, Blame the Chat. Check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Once again, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.